Have you heard about this new study where it shows that Gen Zers generally have a much lower IQ than the previous generations? And for the first time in 100 years, we've actually seen a decline or a decrease in general IQ. Now, I'm definitely not here to bag on them. I'm definitely not here to make fun of them. I'm not here to call them stupid by any stretch of the imagination. I'm here to raise the alarm about there's the cause of this is so obvious. It's right in front of us. It's phones. It's screen time. And it applies to all of us. The more you stare at your phone, the dumber you're going to be. We have got to get smartphones out of the hands of kids, guys. It's got to be done. And for whoever might be watching this, I know we all like to think that we're the smartest person on the planet. I know we all like to think that our opinions are perfectly accurate compared to everybody else's, which is actually a demonstration of stupidity. But just try and ask yourself, okay, like is my screen time affecting me? Is my screen time having a negative impact on me? Am I as smart as I think I am?
I said I'm never coming back again. Next I stepped away from the mirror. I got my mind made up now, cause I can see the future much clearer. What's happening, man? L.A.R. movement still moving. Shout out to Gen Z, man. So they say Gen Z's IQ is lower than past generations, and I'm finna do this. Gen X, millennials, predominantly, you somewhat boomers. That's our fault. They ain't got nothing to do with them. First of all, you got we let standards slide in schools, like the brother was talking about the phones. Now they take the phones out of schools because of that. But here's the thing: for years, we've let kids run over teachers. So people have got increasingly dumber. Truth be told, people weren't that smart in the beginning. Just for the record, okay. But as far as Gen Z goes, it's not your fault at all. You got a bunch of parents who, my parents were toxic and my parents gave me a lot of trauma and my parents gave me a whipping and my parents sent me to my room and my parents disciplined me. So what they did was, I'm going to be a gentle parent. Yeah. And which means they didn't care about y'all. They didn't care if y'all was smart or not. They just, I'm going to show my mom and dad that they didn't have to do what they did to me. And I'm not going to do any of this to my child, which means they're not going to be involved. They're not checking homework. You get what I'm saying? They're not having these conversations. They're not invading the kids' privacy. And then I got to go on the other part that people don't want to talk about: modern parenting, modern single mothers, modern feminism. See, most of your grade school and high school teachers are female. Most of because they're gonna blame others for this. Trust me. Most of this, oh, watch how mom does the right thing. And now all of the vast majority of these kids were raised by single mothers and raised by and taught by a lot of female teachers. And you wind up with, like I said, less standards, less discipline, and more stupidity. And then then people go, oh, it's because the fathers are no, because y'all ran, because the school was in on it. The school didn't want fathers around for a long time. The family courts, they wanted their child support money kickbacks. The teachers, to the point where the teachers started quitting in the last few years because they got sick of it. So trust me, that goes into it too. All right. Excuse me. Here's another part that we don't talk about. Older generations know you weren't being taught right, and we didn't. And we was like, you know what? We're gonna kill y'all before y'all competition. That's how people were acting. And some of you younger folks didn't realize it, but when people tried to teach you and you got a little janky attitude about it, they're like, all right, cool, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You gonna stay stupid. Don't even worry about it. You can't take constructive criticism. You can't take being taught. Yeah, everybody got to, we didn't need to make society soft. Cool, it's gonna be real soft, soft and stupid. So we didn't go the extra mile like the extra mile was going for us. That's just a reality. As I said, this ain't Gen Z fault at all. Everybody else is culpable though. And let me add to this, even about the schooling part. Um, a lot of y'all, what a lot of y'all did was y'all moved to the suburbs and y'all was like, oh, it's a nice suburban education. And then you threw your hands up. Oh, I put my kids in the nicest schools. When common sense would have told you, because y'all been doing this for years. Just because a school's in the suburbs and it's a nice school district doesn't mean it's a smart school. But hey, y'all didn't want to, y'all didn't care. Because, we're going to let the nice white suburban people teach our kids. And them kids stupid. Because them people don't care either. You know, I hate to break the news to you. Suburban schools ain't that much smarter than hood schools. That's why people are concerned about networking. Because the brains are not there for the most part. Now, and here's where we got to get into a whole nother thing. Because people got dumber in the information age. You were cool with people knowing useless information. And this is, I'm not going to blame Gen Z about this, but because this is more of a parenting issue. I'm not going to say there was a first generation, but this is going on for years where y'all let kids run to the parent who didn't really have any structure, and it messed up the kid. Now I gotta rewind this because people go, I'm in Gen X, but here's the difference. Um, like if our parents were on drugs, we knew they wasn't reliable. If our parents wanted to party all the time, we knew they wasn't reliable. If our parents was just being dumb, we knew they weren't reliable. Like I said, a lot of us, were raised by grandparents, right? Here's where a lot of y'all Gen Z didn't know this. What happened was your parents faked like they were reliable. So you never had the moment to go, you know what, I'm on my own. Or I gotta handle this. They talk the good game. You get what I'm saying? See, if your parents are drug addict, whatever, really doesn't matter what they say. You can tell they on that stuff, and that's what's most important to them, right? But when your parents in your face, I'm giving you encouraging words, and I believe in you, and everything is great, and I'm gonna hug you, and we're gonna go get your hair done, we're gonna get you some nice sneakers, and we're gonna get you the nicest outfit, and you're gonna look fly, and we're gonna get you a new iPhone, and you can talk all day, but they're unreliable because they didn't check your damn grades. They didn't check up on you in school. You get what I'm saying? So you got all the stuff and all the hugs and kisses, but they didn't care that you were unprepared for the adult world. Because I want my kid to feel special and beautiful and and then y'all think, oh, how come my grandparents don't, how come my grandparents didn't raise me like yours did you? Oh, very simple. Because a lot of the parents, you know, wanted to fuck y'all up to spite their kid, their parents. Like your parents want to fuck you up, and when your grandparents got in the way, hey, you fucking that kid up. That's my kid. You can't tell me how to raise my child, and I'll do what I want to do. And now it's like, I don't know what happened. You, but I thought that if I did the opposite of you, I would be a great parent. No, you're a dummy. See, the kids didn't get dumber. The parents did. The adults got dumber because the adults got all emotional because, oh my god, oh, my parents didn't make me feel special when I got C's and D's. I'm gonna make my child feel special for getting C's and D's. No, your parents called you a dumbass because you was a dumbass. Oh, and by the way, Gen Z, step to the floor because I'm gonna tell y'all something. See, there was a point when people are crack babies. Y'all ecstasy babies. Y'all pill babies. That's another thing that mess with y'all parents are drug addicts. Whether it's that high, crazy weed that they smoking, but or it was popping ecstasy pills and it's not perks. It was something else like acid and stuff. That they messed y'all up early, but they didn't tell y'all. They decided they're gonna dress up, like Ned Flanders and act like, oh, I'm a great human being. No, some of y'all touched because y'all parents was on partying and doing a bunch of dope. They don't want to talk about that, you know. So it's not y'all. So it's not y'all. When people go, oh, these kids are no, 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 no. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Because watch what happened. They took these phones out of the schools, and they're gonna focus in on actually like actual social interactions while teaching. Watch them kids wind up completely different. Watch. It's like what happened? The adults. The adults. It ain't the kids. But that's just my 2 cents. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.